Hello there. I received this Mark II Kukri fairly recently, and the reason why I went for this particular Mark II was because in Nepal earlier on this year, the GDB 1918 Mark II I had out there as part of the Kukri design for the Mark II that Tori do. Something went slightly wrong with it, but I'll go into that when I get that Mark II back, and I can show you the differences and what happened. It's quite amusing, but luckily I was able to get this GDB Mark II earlier on this year, and well, after Nepal obviously, and so I'm quite pleased I was able to get this. But anyway, nice to have another one, even though this one is completely cracked. The other one is no longer completely correct. That's all I'm going to say on it for the minute. But yeah, a GDB 1918 Mark II has a 33.5 centimetre long blade and has a nicely done full tang. So this one actually handles reasonably well, although you can still feel the weight of the handle, which is not ideal for a kukri. It must be said, you really want the weight to be dropping down. But nonetheless, a very usable kukri, and I know a lot of people like full tang. I'm not a massive fan of it myself, I must say, because I do believe in the whole idea of a kukri is that it drops down and behaves in that manner. But nonetheless, a nice kukri to have in my collection, that's for sure. Now, the date 1918 probably means it was used in somewhere like Mesopotamia, that sort of area in World War One. Palestine, that sort of thing. Now, I'm reasonably sure, but although I can't be completely sure, that the 3rd Gurkha Rifles were using Mark II Kukri in that area during World War One. The pictures only tell half a story, of course, and unless you actually see the markings on the blade, one can't be sure. But I'm as reasonably sure as I can be from pictures and the handles on those pictures that they were using Mark II Kukri. And we know that, anyway, we know that Kolbir Tapa VC, the first Gurkha actually to win a Victoria Cross, was presented with a Mark II by the Leicester Regiment because he rescued one of their men in no man's land. A fantastic thing to do actually when you're not in the heat of the battle and you don't sort of rise up in anger or whatever and charge a position and deal with the enemy then, but you're actually going out with a view to rescue men, not even necessarily your own men, and bring them back under fire. Just, in fact, in my opinion, they are the most valued species because it's rescuing other people. Fantastic achievement by Kolbir Tapa, absolutely awesome. Anyway, now this particular one came with my favourite Mark issued scabbard, which is this type here. So rather than just the brown scabbard with the ridge there and the frogs, it actually comes with a more traditional scabbard, if you like. Beautifully made, absolutely awesomely made. Obviously at some point the flap has come off and somebody's sealed it there so the flap sticks out as opposed to bending over and covering the tinder pouch area. But yeah, lovely, lovely scabbards these. And because of that type of scabbard, they did come with, not particularly wonderful, but still a chapmac, although the carder's not too bad, that's all right as well. So that's quite nice, I like that. It would be lovely to know on where and who these kukri were issued to. Being 1918, of course, on the date, it's likely, if it was used by the Gurkhas, it would have been likely used in, say, Mesopotamia, Palestine, as I've already said, and possibly by the 3rd Gurkha Rifles. On the other hand, it could have been used on the northwest frontier, plenty of action there, that's for sure, by a regiment that we don't know of, and we don't know who these Mark II were issued to outside of the Gurkhas. And in fact, most Gurkha regiments weren't issued Mark II, they used their own battalion kukri. So the history behind these is yet to be discovered, really, to be honest with you. But anyway, this is a very nice version of the Mark II, not too bad in its balance. As you know, I'm not a great fan of full tang because of that weight issue in the handle. But yeah, very, very nice to have got one of these back again in my collection. So quite happy with that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, do take care of yourselves, enjoy your lives, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching.